Hollywood celebrities, past and present, who were known for having active, open, or scandalous love lives, and who were frequently in the media for their romantic or sexual reputations. Here's a list of 25 celebrities who were, fairly or unfairly, portrayed as extremely sexually adventurous or romantically prolific. Mae West was one of Hollywood's original and most iconic sex symbols. Known for her sultry voice, sharp wit, and unapologetic sexuality, she broke taboos in an era when women were expected to be modest and demure. Born in 1893, West began her career in vaudeville and theater, where she wrote and starred in risque plays that often got her into trouble with censors. Her transition to film in the 1930s brought her bold persona to a wider audience. With lines like, "When I'm good, I'm very good, but when I'm bad, I'm better," she created a legacy built on confidence and sexual empowerment. Off-screen, she was rumored to have had many lovers and was fiercely independent, never married, and entirely in control of her career and image. West pushed boundaries both socially and artistically, making her a pioneer of sexual freedom in entertainment. Despite efforts to censor her work, she remained wildly popular, proving there was a massive audience for bold, outspoken women. Mae West wasn't just a sex symbol, she was a trailblazer who challenged Hollywood's rules and rewrote them. Marilyn Monroe remains one of the most iconic figures in Hollywood history, known for her beauty, charm, and complex personal life. Born Norma Jean Mortensen in 1926, she rose from a troubled childhood to become a global sex symbol and cultural icon. Monroe's on-screen persona was playful and seductive, with standout roles in films like Some Like It Hot and Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. Off-screen, her romantic relationships drew just as much attention. She was famously married to baseball legend Joe DiMaggio and playwright Arthur Miller, and was rumored to have had affairs with both President John F. Kennedy and his brother Robert. These high-profile liaisons, along with her vulnerability and search for love, added to her mystique. Despite her glamorous image, Monroe struggled with depression, anxiety, and substance abuse. Her sudden death in 1962 at the age of 36 shocked the world and led to endless speculation and conspiracy theories. More than just a blonde bombshell, Monroe was a symbol of desire, fame, and the cost of both in the spotlight of Hollywood's golden age. Warren Beatty is one of Hollywood's most legendary actors and directors, but his reputation off-screen has often rivaled his on-screen achievements. Rising to fame in the 1960s, Beatty quickly became known not just for his talent, but also for his charm and striking looks. Throughout the 60s and 70s, he developed a reputation as a womanizer, with tabloids often linking him to numerous famous women including Natalie Wood, Julie Christie, Diane Keaton, and Madonna. Some reports claim he had relationships with over 1,000 women, though Beatty has never confirmed such numbers. Despite the gossip, his romantic life has always fascinated the public as much as his films. In 1992, he surprised many by settling down and marrying actress Annette Bening, with whom he has 4 children. Professionally, he's known for acclaimed films like Bonnie and Clyde, Shampoo, and Reds. Beatty's blend of talent, charisma, and high-profile romances cemented his status as a Hollywood icon. Whether loved for his artistry or whispered about for his past, Warren Beatty remains one of the most talked-about figures in entertainment history. Elizabeth Taylor was one of Hollywood's most glamorous and talked-about stars, known as much for her beauty and acting talent as for her passionate and often tumultuous love life. Born in 1932, Taylor rose to fame as a child actress and became a major star with roles in classics like Cleopatra, Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, and Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf. Off-screen, her romantic life made headlines around the world. She was famously married 8 times to 7 different men, including actor Richard Burton, whom she married twice. Their relationship was intense, scandalous, and deeply passionate, capturing the public's imagination. Taylor was often described as a hopeless romantic who believed deeply in love, despite the heartbreaks. Her lovers were powerful, wealthy, and often high-profile, adding to her mystique. Beyond romance, she was also a humanitarian, especially known for her early and outspoken advocacy for HIV/AIDS awareness. Elizabeth Taylor's life blended classic Hollywood elegance with raw emotional drama, making her not just a movie star, but a living symbol of love, desire, and resilience in the face of constant public attention. Marlon Brando was one of the most influential and enigmatic actors in Hollywood history, known not only for his groundbreaking performances but also for his wild and unconventional personal life. Rising to fame with iconic roles in A Streetcar Named Desire, On the Waterfront, and The Godfather, Brando brought a raw, emotional intensity to the screen that redefined acting. Off-screen, he was equally intense, openly rebellious, deeply private, and famously unpredictable. Brando was known for his many romantic relationships, which included both women and men, a fact he later confirmed publicly. His love life was often chaotic, involving numerous affairs, multiple children, and several marriages. He was rumored to have been involved with actresses, models, and fellow actors, and maintained a fiercely nonconformist attitude about sex, love, and identity long before it was widely accepted. Despite, or perhaps because of, his tempestuous nature, Brando exuded a magnetic charisma that captivated both audiences and lovers alike. His legacy is not only cinematic but cultural, standing as a symbol of rebellion, emotional depth, and complex sexuality in Hollywood's golden age and beyond. Madonna is one of the most influential and controversial pop culture figures in modern history, known for her fearless approach to sexuality, reinvention, and female empowerment. Rising to fame in the early 1980s, she quickly became a global icon with hits like a Virgin, Material Girl, and Vogue. From the beginning, Madonna challenged traditional norms about sex and femininity, using her music, fashion, and public persona to spark conversations and provoke controversy. Her erotica album and sex book in the early 90s pushed the boundaries of what was acceptable in mainstream media, blending pop music with explicit sexual imagery and themes of liberation. Offstage, Madonna's love life was just as bold, with high-profile relationships that included Sean Penn, Warren Beatty, Dennis Rodman, and more. She was unapologetically in control of her image and desires, defying the double standards often applied to women in entertainment. Through decades of cultural shifts, Madonna remained relevant by embracing change and refusing to be silenced. She is not just a pop star, she is a symbol of sexual autonomy, artistic freedom, and unrelenting reinvention. Charlie Sheen is one of Hollywood's most infamous and controversial figures, known as much for his off-screen scandals as for his acting career. Rising to fame in the 1980s and 1990s with films like Platoon and Wall Street, and later the hit sitcom 2.5 Men, Sheen was once among the highest-paid actors on television. However, his personal life often overshadowed his professional success. Sheen publicly admitted to hiring sex workers, battling substance abuse, and struggling with what he described as sex addiction. His erratic behavior, highly publicized feuds, and outrageous interviews, such as his "Tiger Blood" and "Winning" remarks, made him a constant tabloid presence. He was romantically linked to numerous adult film stars and openly discussed his lifestyle, often courting controversy. In 2015, he revealed he was HIV positive, a disclosure that sparked renewed media scrutiny and brought attention to issues of health, privacy, and responsibility. Despite his chaotic public persona, Sheen has remained a significant pop culture figure, representing both the highs and lows of celebrity excess in Hollywood. His story is one of talent, turmoil, and unfiltered living in the public eye. Lindsay Lohan rose to fame as a child star, beloved for her roles in films like The Parent Trap, Freaky Friday, and Mean Girls. With natural charisma and talent, she quickly became one of Hollywood's most promising young actresses. However, as she transitioned into adulthood, her personal life began to draw more attention than her acting. During the mid-2000s, Lohan became a regular fixture in tabloids, known for her hard-partying lifestyle, legal troubles, and high-profile relationships with both men and women. Her romantic links included fellow celebrities, DJs, and socialites, and she was often photographed leaving clubs and events late into the night. These years were marked by stints in rehab, court appearances, and a struggle to reclaim her public image. Despite the media frenzy, Lohan has shown resilience, making efforts to rebuild her career and personal life. In recent years, she's focused on business ventures, acting, and starting a family. Angelina Jolie is one of Hollywood's most captivating and complex figures, known not only for her acting career but also for her high-profile personal life. After gaining fame with films like Girl, Interrupted, for which she won an Oscar, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, Jolie became a global icon. Her love life was frequently in the spotlight, including her marriage to Brad Pitt, which became one of Hollywood's most talked-about relationships. Prior to Pitt, she had relationships with actors like Billy Bob Thornton and even an infamous kiss with her brother at the Oscars, leading to widespread media attention. Jolie has also been open about her bisexuality, having dated both men and women in the past. Beyond her romantic life, she has used her celebrity status to advocate for humanitarian causes, becoming a UNHCR Goodwill Ambassador and later a Special Envoy. Despite the media focus on her relationships and personal challenges, Jolie has managed to redefine her public image as a powerful voice for global change, while maintaining a mystique around her personal life and relationships. Zsa Zsa Gabor was one of Hollywood's most flamboyant and glamorous personalities, known as much for her charm and wit as for her romantic escapades. Born in Hungary in 1917, she immigrated to the United States and quickly made a name for herself in the 1950s through film roles, television appearances, and her unmistakable European flair. Gabor became a fixture of celebrity culture, more famous for her social life than for her acting. She was married 9 times, famously quipping, "I am a marvelous housekeeper. Every time I leave a man, I keep his house." Her husbands included hotel magnate Conrad Hilton and actor George Sanders. Gabor was known for her flirtatious demeanor, love of luxury, and sharp one-liners, which kept her in the headlines for decades. She embodied the persona of the ultimate socialite, elegant, dramatic, and always unapologetically herself. While often caricatured for her glamorous excess and serial marriages, Zsa Zsa Gabor was a trailblazer in owning her sexuality and personal choices at a time when few women dared to do so publicly in Hollywood.